Hi, my name is Casey Zager. This is my second year at Christ School, and I'm the Student Activities Director. So my first time walking on campus, my impressions were that the school is very old and that there had to be a lot of traditions. I remember walking into Wetmore and kind of as I walked down the hallway hearing the floors creak and thinking there must be a lot of history here. But definitely it kind of had an old feel to it. Well, I came to Christ School when I heard about the opportunity to be the Student Activities Director, and it sounded like a great opportunity to make fun activities for boys and develop relationships and invest in young men. So part of going to Christ School, being a boarding school, you live here. And so with that, you don't have the same social life you might have at a traditional high school. So your friends and your experiences with your teachers and faculty and house parents, all that plays a major role. And for me personally, being involved in their lives is a great opportunity for me to get to know them, to encourage them, because school gets really hard and they need an office they can go in just to relax, or they need to be able to have an activity on the weekend to go catch a college football game or go play paintball with their friends, or maybe it's during the week where they can go to Dorm Wars and just kind of let loose with their friends and let off some steam, because it gets really stressful, especially at certain times of the years when tests are coming up and they're applying for colleges. It's really important to have the balance. My favorite part about working at Christ School is my experiences with the boys. They're great kids, and they're rowdy and fun and well-mannered and all around great. And I love being able to create opportunities for us to go out together with faculty and staff and the kids and experience things and get to do fun things. So when it comes to thinking of things that the boys are going to enjoy doing, it all starts with getting to know them. And when I go to make an activity, I ask for input from the boys, and I hear from them that they'd like to go to trampoline parks and play paintball. And when it comes to Dorm Wars, I ask them what type of activities they like to do. And they love playing flag football. We all do all sorts of goofy things with Dorm Wars, like wheelbarrow racing and water balloon tosses at our field games. So it all comes back to getting input from the boys and keeping them engaged. So when boys get here, they kind of are a little bit shy, reserved, but then you see them at the football game, and they see they're with all their friends. They're going crazy, cheering for the team. And then slowly but surely, that school spirit increases and increases, and it ultimately culminates during basketball season when you look at our student section, and they're absolutely crazy. They've lost their minds, and they're so excited and fired up to be a Greenie. And I think that kind of marks the transformation in the guys. They've bought in at that point. Shortly into the school year, probably around fall break or definitely by Asheville School, guys are way bought in. They think being a Greenie is the best thing they could be. And you see that in student activities, you see it at athletic events, and you see this general buy-in from the whole student body where they're one unit going towards one common goal, like cheering on their team, having school spirit, and being a Greenie. So there have been a ton of changes here at Christ School as far as construction goes. I can remember when I first came in the dining hall, it was kind of outdated, and now it's been totally revamped. It's state of the art, top of the line. The food's incredible, and it's incredible what they've done with the space. Not only that, but the new dorm Gardner house is incredible. It's so nice and new. The kids love it. The common space is very nice and large, and we have a huge 72-inch flat screen TV. The guys love spending time there. It's a great place to watch a football game. Not to mention the Student Center Theater that we're in right now. It's a great space. The last year, before last year, it was not so much. They painted the walls, they re-carpeted it, and put in these nice new chairs, as well as state-of-the-art equipment. And it makes watching a movie in here just like the movie theaters. It's incredible. Student activities is huge in helping the boys transform from boys into men. A lot of boys might want to spend time in their dorm and just on their computer, watching movies, whatever it may be. But student activities really encourages them to get outside with their friends and participate in things off campus. So I personally try to encourage all of them to get involved. And you start to see that over the course of a year, guys that maybe are a little afraid of stepping out of their comfort zone and doing an activity that they otherwise wouldn't have. But with activities, especially with it being free for them, allows them to step out of their comfort zone, get out of their room with their friends, and experience life outside of this campus, which is awesome for them to grow and make connections and make friendships. And so I think it's vital that they take advantage of the opportunities they have with student activities. So I've worked at other boarding schools, and the main difference between Christ School and those other schools is that the kids want to be here. At other boarding schools or regular high schools, kids aren't necessarily fired up about being at school. But here we have this special environment that encourages them to chase their dreams, to pursue their passions, to go out and do fun things with their friends. It's a great place that encourages them to be them, and they want to be here. And that's what I love about Christ School. So a lot of people have asked me over the past couple years, what is a greenie? And at first, I really didn't know how to answer that question. But as I've spent some time here, kind of my definition of what it means to be a greenie is someone that is adventurous, someone that is a scholar, someone that is a gentleman. Basically an all well-rounded boy who cares about things, who has passions, who has dreams, and chases those dreams, but not at the expense of his brothers or at the expense of sacrificing his character. There are a lot of people that contribute to Christ School. And if I could thank one of them, it would be the donors who allow these trips to be free. The boys love getting to go on these trips. They sign up, there's a waiting list for a lot of them, and they get to go to Carowinds, they get to go whitewater rafting, they get to go to the Panthers games, all sorts of activities. And the joy it brings them to be able to go on these trips is priceless. They come and they come back and they say, Mr. Zager, this was the best weekend of my life. I loved getting to go to the Clemson game. It was great. Mr. Zager, thank you for organizing the ski trip. It was incredible. I had a blast. And really, it's priceless getting to see the joy that these trips bring these guys. And oftentimes, the best memories they make are those on the way back on the bus talking about how much fun they had. In fact, I've heard many times, Mr. Zager, hey, this was incredible. My favorite part was the bus ride back. And so thank you for being able to help make that happen.